Last time we spoke, you had completed a dozen. This time it's 16.
My God. Can you imagine, Nupur, but wonderful to see you firstly. I wish she was in Prem. Come for 1 quick second.
Oops, I'm stepping on you. It's lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Tell me something. This is also the 70th Cannes Film Festival, right? What are your best memories here?
Well, I haven't been down for 70 years, but yeah, the 70th anniversary, and for that to coincide with 20 years of L'Oreal with the festival, it just kind of came together perfectly for me because I have been a part of this festival since Devdas first screened here. And then I came in as a jury member, and then there are just so many memories. I think every year I kind of take you all down that memory lane. So there are plenty of memories for me associated with coming back to the festival. And then my association with L'Oreal as well, like you said, 16 years. I stopped counting, I keep getting reminded. I cannot believe it's been so long, and it's very, very special. And I think you would recognize that I feel like part of the family on both sides. It's natural to come in and join in the celebration, and hence this year was definitely special.
Also, you are showing Devdas over here. You know, there's a bunch of people who actually got to see the film again at the Croisette. Now, you have also been on the jury, and
Yeah.
Devdas is a film that is not the kind of film that one sees here very often. What does that tell you really about our cinema and the kind of cinema that we watch here at Cannes?
Well, I fortunately never quite questioned that because it's each to their own. You know, we love our cinema and we continue making them as we should. I've always reiterated that because as much as being a member of the film fraternity, I am our audience and I love our cinema in all its glory. In fact, I keep encouraging my friends, my filmmakers, and say, please don't stop making what you do and what you're glorious at, because our audience loves it. And I'm glad they're doing that. I'm glad Sanjay has made his last few films as operatic as he has, because I've said just go out there, do it on blast, because people love it. I was telling Karan, just go out there, give vintage Karan, and I'm glad I got to be a part of Edil, which had that kind of, it had his flair, and you've got to do that. The makers who make that big Indian Bollywood cinema have to put that out because we as an audience love it. And then again, there is the kind of cinema that finds its audience here at the festival, which as being a part of the jury, I have recognized. It's varied. It's got all shades, but that's fine. That's what creativity does. And it's okay. It's okay if we get the opportunity to screen here. It's okay if we get to be part of competition, and it's okay if we don't. Because cinema finds its audience, and that's what filmmakers do. And those who want to watch it will go and watch your films. And in terms of the fact that when we first brought Devdas here, and you're right, that wasn't the kind of cinema even we had imagined associated with festivals like the Cannes Film Festival and several others. For us, that first time meant a lot because it was the first time our film was being brought here. It was the first time that we were welcomed the way that we were, and that had the drama. We were brought in on a horse-drawn carriage. And then there's the glorious red carpet. And we felt like we did the march, the elegant march. And then we went in with our film on a night screening. So we're like, okay, that people could have had long days. And then we're going to give them this, which is a nice, long, huge Bollywood experience. And there was our Indian film in all its glory. But we were so overwhelmed and overjoyed with the standing ovation that we received at the end of the screening, which went on for some 10 to 14 minutes. That's what I heard, thanks to you all, the media. None of us were timing it. It just felt never-ending, and we loved it.
Yeah.
And the response thereafter. So for me personally, and for us as a team, that memory will forever be cherished.
Also, Devdas was a film that, for the discerning audience in France, they don't really open up to films so quickly, but Devdas has made such a lasting impression.
Huge.
People are still talking about it.
Till date. I mean, when L'Oreal said that they're going to be screening it here, and the overjoyed response that I have seen around, and all 2 days the media has been talking to me about it, and I'm like, yes, because I'm so glad it touched people. I think if cinema has that magical impact to just touch you in some way, it gives you joy, it gives you the opportunity to dream, or just that sheer visual, fulfilling experience to come away with from the cinema. If it can do that, if the music can live with you, it's just, that's the magic of cinema. And I think Devdas did that for its audience. And I'm so privileged to have been part of the team that made this film.
Also, Aishwarya, this festival has also been about tons of things, including controversies. But you are someone who doesn't easily court controversies. You always just smiling everything off. I remember the time that you came after Aradhya was born, you had put on a few kilos and there was so much buzz around that and you just laughed it off. And then of course there was your famous purple lipstick. But you keep laughing everything off, but everyone has their own struggles and challenges, and I'm sure you have your own. I want to ask you which they are. But what is your mantra actually to get over them? And would you be willing to share with us what today, as a woman who's been around for so long and looking so gorgeous, what are your challenges and how do you tackle that?
That would be a book. But I think, let me just, to put it simply, for a very long time, very early in my career, I used to say, be positive is not just a blood group. It's an attitude that, and I believe in keeping the faith. I believe in staying positive. I believe in recognizing the 1,000 blessings. The love is so much more than the negativity. And you've got to accept that, you've got to cherish that, you've got to appreciate that and respect it. And I do. I do respect and I'm truly grateful for all the blessings. For the blessings of the varied experiences, because that enriches me as a person, as a human being. It enriches my life. While I know sometimes the media kind of attaches the adage of, oh, the princess life or the fairy tale life. And then again, you throw a question like this my way and the media itself recognizes that I have quite, I've ridden the crest and the trough and in various aspects. And it's all good because...
But what do you tell yourself when you're having those lows? Everyone has them. Come on, you do too. But how do you bring yourself out of those? I mean, that could,
It's all in your attitude. It's all in your attitude towards. I actually, it wasn't a few kilos. It was a lot. So I'm realistic, and I kind of made. I bring in humor. I think I kind of have a bit of a tangential sense of humor, probably for most, but I kind of laughed it off, and I was like, wow. So I get to be the proverbial Miss World and a nice beached whale in the same lifetime, and it's all good because I'm actually happy in both phases, taking neither that seriously, and that's so important. And I didn't play into the predictable at either phases of my life. Be it as a model joining cinema, that had a lot of preconceived notions and judgment. So there I went and said, 1 minute, I want to start with Mani Ratnam because that's the school I want to start at. There was a predictable course one could have taken, I didn't. And before that you have the Miss World title and all of that. So there is a very typical perspective of a person who may have any kind of hijinks in your past. And I didn't take that seriously either, and it shouldn't. None of this should all be taken that seriously. What should be taken seriously is the path you choose.